Spanish round of the championship. Quick look here at Vesti's World Championship winning Bultaco. This is Colley's bike, Colley's factory beater. And that's Panicot. Doing a few last minute adjustments on his gasgats. That's a little mini beater. And that's Fabio, the #1 beater factory mechanic. Trick looking Montesa there, nice and shiny. This is the back of Geordie's van. And there's the man himself. Dougie there, just setting off on the day of the trial. And Amos got his goggles with him just in case it turns out to be dusty like it was in Andorra. Andy there. Absolute hero in Spain. As is Mark. And a few more modifications to the prototype beater. Miglio there. Having a quick eyeball of one of the Spanish locals. And Takumi Narita. He's off. This is setting off. He's actually to have a much better ride today. Steve Colley not looking too happy with himself. And in fact he was to have a bad ride. She looks happy though. Onto the sections, this is Geordie. About halfway through one of the very, very long Spanish sections. Every section was very time consuming. Loads of bits to stop in between and line yourself up. Geordie's actually looking further up the sections, a very nasty left hand flick turn. It was catching nearly everybody out. He thinks he's lined up properly and he's just psyching himself up. That's the left hand turn that you can see there. And that was just brilliant. And the crowd love it. That really did make it look easy. Same section a bit further down, this is Amos. Picking his way up nicely. And back in the same spot as where Geordie was. He'll take a little bit of time to line himself up. And we'll see how he gets on with the left-hand turn. Having a chat with Gabino Renales, his minder. Former top rider himself. There he goes. A slightly different way to Geordie, but same result. And the crowd like that as well. Same section, Mark Cologne. His time, trying to do it in 2 pieces. He's really on a knife edge now. He'll be looking to clean it from here. Yeah, his back wheel slipped off, so he's had to take a Spanish dab there. That was a brilliant flick turn, but he's had to have just another dab, so he's had 2 on this section already, and that makes it 3. Miglio here. This is the last bit of the same section. That was hard, made to look easy though. Nick 2 here. Jean-Luc with his fancy helmet. Again, this is the last bit of the same section. He had to work his way back across the section and do like a flick turn here, line himself up and come back where he's just come from. He's got himself in a bit of bother there, but he's working at it. Minder's telling him where to go. Right back to the tapes, and now he's got the big slab to get out. Sliding himself up a little bit better, not quite happy where he is. This will be flat out in third gear. There he goes. That was nice up that, because it was quite steep. And Boss is on the same bit, just the last part. Doing it easily. And Takumi again. Different section, a little bit further up the same stream. Again, smooth as ever, Takumi. No dramatics. Lovely, lovely, precise rider. Two choices of line here, either up the left, up the little V part, or right up the right hand side, and that was really hard. Where most of them chose to go was up the right, but it was really hard if you got it wrong. Takuma's gone up the right and made it look easy, but that was so steep. And Tommy now, same section. Takes a dab there, shouldn't have had that. Reminder here, Yomi, his brother. And Tommy stops, lines himself up again. Just front wheel nicely on a little ridge here. This bike really has got some takeoff power. Woody there. Having a bit of a play with himself. Waiting for Collie to come through. This is what takes all the time and makes the time limits tight. And Tommy's gone up the left-hand line, and he actually made that look nice. Bruno Camozzi having a quick chat with his minder before he goes in. Obviously wasn't too sure of where he was going to go, and this is the result. Lost his front end on a slippery slab, and that really was a bad fight because that was the easy part of the section. Piero Sembolini, probably the slowest rider in the World Championship at the moment. Once he gets himself balanced, he definitely stops and has a rest and doesn't set off again for another few minutes. Till he's getting late on time, that is. So a bit of time to have a look around at his bike. His minder's casually going up to do a bit of catching if he needs to. Very casually. And away he goes. He can slip in a bit. He held that well. That was a nice ride. Graham Jarvis here. Different section. Trying to do a few tricks, but it's just had to take a dab there. Two lines on this section. Graham's taking the outside line. Actually probably the easier of the two. But wasn't to have a good ride in this trial. Gambine here. Nice bit of trick riding there, and yeah, just manages to hang on to it. Yep, that was nice. He's taking the tight inside line. Probably just a little bit harder, but they seem to have tricks in the head, and you can't make them go straight to save their life. So we've got here, different section, just a little bit further up the same stream. Steve was having one of his worst rides of the year here, not wasting any time at all, just getting straight on with it. And this is the last section of the day, Geordie Terrace. A very spectacular section. Man-made, a lot of rocks have been thrown in and rearranged by JCB. Nonetheless, a very demanding section. A lot of tricks needed. This was quite a nasty drop in with a lot of loose rocks, and you can see Geordie's front wheel trying to get away from him, and he's having to let it inch forward all the time. He's really having to fight it to get lined up. And this next step in front of him is about 5 foot high, and he's setting off from loose rocks. And the water's quite fast moving and quite deep as well. Getting his minder to check there's nothing just immediately in front of his front wheel. Amos watching him there, and Geordie sets off and just loses his balance as he sets off, and does well to get a dab there. He's now got his front wheel lodged and ready to sort himself out for the last bit, which was actually the riverbank side, virtually vertical. And this was very near the finish. As soon as you went through the ends cards of this, you signed off. Again, Geordie will not go until he's absolutely sure he's going to get up. Very, very steep. There he goes. No problem.